Hi, Angela here. And this is my dog Clementine, one of my two. And I just wanted to welcome you back to my channel. Today we will be printing with leaves and botanicals. All kinds of fun stuff. Seeing how many prints we can get using the same stuff. I hope you will enjoy today's video. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please subscribe. It helps grow the channel. And, let's get started. Okay, so let's play with botanicals. I went and just picked a few from the neighborhood. It's getting harder to find people mowing their lawns more and fall coming in. And I got some just other jelly prints I think needed more. Some coffee dyed prints. Some tissue paper, some wet stripe tissue paper. So I thought it'd be fun to see what we can get today. So I'm just going to throw down some yellow. Because looking through my stash of papers, I don't have much yellow. So I said, well, let's print some yellow. We'll do yellow on both of them. Okay, first we'll start by putting some of our weeds and flowers down. Kind of crisscrossing them. Okay, we'll pick that up with my blue on coffee dye. And we'll press that down. Smooth around all our plants, trying to get it to pick them all up. I've got to stock up on the botanicals before winter gets here and don't have any in my stash. Because it's one of my favorite things to work with is the botanicals. And remember, you can use anything as long as it's not going to damage your plate. If you grab something that has thorns, remove the thorns before jelly printing them. Found some grapevines. This one I think I'll remove with... Got this print we did the other day. Needed a little something more. So we'll put that down and rub all around our plant, making sure to pick all the paint up around all those. Remember, you can take a peek to see if you're getting all your paint picked up. Because you want to pick up as much as you can. I like how that turned out. And we can do another layer over with something else if we decide. But let's pull off our plants. Come over to the other one, make sure we're pressing it down, let that one dry. Pick off any flower pieces that remain. Sometimes you'll get a little seed here or there. I'm flipping it over because the bottom seems to have more wet paint than the top. And I want that to dry before we throw another coat of paint over it. See, look how much more interesting this one is. I like that so much better. Now this one, I think we'll just come in and try to pick it up. Try to pick up our ghost. Hopefully the paint will be wet enough to be able to pick up that ghost. Again, weather affects how fast your paint dries. You know, use a blow dryer on cool setting. I use my little fan. This quite hasn't picked up all the paint yet, so I will put it back down and again, just try it. If it doesn't work, no harm, no foul. You could just throw another layer of something on. Yes, this one came out quite nice. I hope the camera's picking up how nice that one came out. Okay, so I think we'll come in on this one and we'll lay down some, let's put down some light blue. And mix that with a little yellow. Now I'm not looking to totally blend these colors, but I'm not worried about if they do, because blue and yellow makes a green, so it would work out okay. You wouldn't want to blend a red and a green or you'll get an icky brown. Okay, there's my big leaf. I'm going to put my big leaf on here. Got a few little leaves. Thought I had more of those, maybe not. We'll throw these little grassy pieces on. And we're going to come in with a piece of our coffee dyed paper. Throw that over top. Be sure to press down because you want to get all the paint from between all those little spaces. Go around each part of your plant, being sure to pick up the paint. Okay, now I'm going to come back to this one, and I think I'll come in with the cerulean blue fluid paint and pick up this print. I'm going to come in with some tissue paper. Now this is just gift tissue paper. So it's a little more fragile than the wet strength. So you have to carefully lay it down. I don't worry about the wrinkles. As long as they're not on my face, they don't bother me. A few wrinkles just gives it more character. And we pull this and see how nice that came out. Now we're going to pull these, remove all those carefully. And again, I'm going to come in with one that I did the other day. And just create more layers. Now with this tissue paper, you'll find is more fragile than the wet strength. The wet strength, you can do a bit more. This kind, you have to be careful lifting it so you're not to tear it. Let's see, we still got an interesting print. We picked up a lot of where our wrinkles were. But again, much more interesting than it was before. And I'm not even gonna worry about the plant stuff that was left on the plate. I'm gonna come in with, let's use some metallic purple. Now remember, I'm working with two, so I have time for one to dry. If you're only working with one, make sure your prints are dry before you pull them, or you will leave a lot on the plate. And I'm gonna come back in with my big leaf. And I'm gonna throw on my some of my grape leaves. If I can break them, there. Now I don't care if they partly hang off the plate. Or if they have where the bugs chewed. Just creates another interesting layer. Put quite a few of them down there. And now I'm gonna grab wet strength tissue paper. You will see this is much sturdier. Not quite as fragile as the other. And we'll smooth that all on, making sure to pick up all of that paint underneath. Okay, now we'll come back over to this one and then we'll pull this. And again, just gives it another interesting layer. Still might layer over that with something else. Now I think we're gonna come in with a white. We're gonna do a little white and a little black on this one. For some reason, I just don't like to print yellow, I swear. It's like, it's weird because I started this with the intention of it all being featuring yellow, but again, I have strayed. Now for this, we'll just throw some leaves on. Put our little flowers on there. Okay, and I think we will come back in with our blue, with our regular tissue paper, just to pick up that print. Again, I don't make sure it's perfectly lined up because it's really not that important to me. Now we'll fold that over and we'll go through and we'll pick this up, and we're just lifting far enough to take our leaves out because we want to do both the ghost and the positive and negative all on the same one. So we'll get all the details from those leaves on there. You're gonna get some interesting colors because we're getting paint from the leaves. Okay, now we're gonna come back over and finish making sure we pick up all our paint from this. You can take a peek, see where you need to rub more. Rub all around your plants. Just creating another layer of interest. Oh, I like how this turned out. I like that print. All right, now we're gonna set that aside so it can dry. Pull off all our leaves. Dry that. While that's drying, we'll peek on this and see how this came out. And see, this tissue paper is much stronger because it is the wet strength. Oh, this came out pretty. I even like how it picked up the other colors from off the leaves. It's a nice print. Probably gonna leave that one alone. I'm not gonna do anything else to that one. So I'll set that off to the side. Now I think we'll come in, we'll do the yellow since I'm supposed to be doing yellow. That was my plan, was yellow. We'll throw some yellow down. Grab my brayer, throw my leaves on the floor. I'm gonna have to pick up my leaves. Grab my leaves. Place my leaves down. Again, how you place them entirely up to you. There's my little ones. Got a couple little other viney leaves. Throw them on there. I'm gonna come back in with this one. Because we're just having fun, so let's see how this goes. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Rub all around your plants. Okay, now I think we'll come in. We'll do the yellow on this one too. Yep, making sure it's dry. Once it's dry, you can come in with your paint. Okay, with this one, we're gonna throw more leaves on, right over top of our other. Not sure exactly where we had them placed before, but this should make another line of interesting marks. And we'll come in on the other side of our tissue paper here. The tissue paper makes it easier to see where you need to press. Okay, now we'll come back over here and pick this one up. Now, if you feel you didn't pick up enough, oh, that came out interesting. See, that's much nicer than it was before. But if you don't feel like you picked up enough, let me just grab a piece of tissue paper. Tissue paper works great to come in. As long as your paint's still wet, you can pick up more around the leaves. Okay, now we're gonna pull this. Oh, we're still leaving, well, we'll still pull it. And we end up with that. Ugh. We get this nice print. But then we can come in, because there's still plenty of wet paint there, we'll come in with this piece of coffee dyed paper. that you can flatten them, you can iron them, you know, if you want to put a towel over top of them and under them and iron them between, you can do that with your coffee dyed papers. You can put them under a stack of books. Okay, now we're going to come back in over here and pull our leaves. And I think it'd be fun to see what we get when we put it on the blue. Let's throw our blue back down. Again, just guesstimate on making it line up. Your hands work best around the plants to pick up all that little detail. Not quite as clean as I want it, so I'm going to rub a little longer. Again, we picked up an interesting print. We could go over it again with another layer of plants. Okay, so now we're going to pull all these. And let's pick that up on a sheet we did the other day. Let's come back in and pull our print. And see, we've just created another layer. I quite like that print now, so I think we'll leave that one alone. Okay, let's use some cerulean blue. If I'm saying that right, if not, oh well, that's how I'm gonna say it. So I'm just going to take and throw a few plants on. Then I'm going to come back in with the yellow tissue paper. Again, have to be careful because it's got wet paint on it already. So this could very likely tear. And with my luck, I probably will. Now we just go around all our plants on this. Trying to pick up as much paint. Okay, now we're going to pull that off. And you can see our plants stuck to our page. So we'll carefully pull them off there. But see, we've created a much more detailed design on it. Okay, now we'll set that one off to the side to dry. Come back in, pull that, let that dry. We still left quite a bit. Again, if I had really wanted to get all this, I could have pulled the print up part way, put a gel medium down, put it down, pick up the whole print, but I don't worry about picking up the whole print, at least not for these. Because I kind of like the spots where it didn't pick up. Okay, now I think we will clean this one with a wet wipe, just so we're starting clean. Okay, we're gonna come in on this one with the yellow. See, I tried to get my yellow in there. We'll just throw the big leaf on here. And we're gonna use our homemade stamp to create some more textures around our plate. I'm just gonna stamp that off on a piece of my coffee dyed paper on the side. I will hold that up so you can see we're just getting some little marks. And if we keep doing that with enough stamps, you'll get quite an interesting page. But I'm gonna pick it up with the coffee dyed piece. And on this side, I think I'll come in with my alizarin crimson. I'm getting pretty good at remembering what that is. I didn't even have to look it up. Clean my brayer off. And I actually put my trash can close enough so I can use it. If you've gotten this far into the video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment on where you're watching from. I hope you're finding these videos interesting and of some use to you. Okay, now we're going to come in with another one of our stencils and just leave some marks. Even going to go right where the plants are and hopefully put them back in their spots. Okay, and I think we'll come in with this piece to pick this up. Again, just creating more layers. Okay, let's pull this one. See, we got all the leaf marks from the leaves that were on the plate before. Plus our little stencil gave us quite some interesting designs. I'm gonna pull my leaf. I'm actually pressing my leaf down on my brayer off sheet because it leaves another print, and then we can also use it. I'm gonna pull this with some wet strength tissue paper. Okay, now I'm working with my hands all around all my little plants. If you start pulling it and see you want more, just put it back down and rub it. You'll get the prints closer to the stem so you get more of a detailed plant look. Okay, and here's our print from that. We're gonna pick that one up. I think we'll come in on this one. Well, that's a little dry, but we'll try picking it up. Probably won't pick up much of the ghost print because it is kind of dry. But we can come in on this one and pull this. And that's what we get from that. Plus we can layer over top of this. I think we'll come in with some purple. Let's do some metallic purple. I'm going to use a little more paint so it don't dry so fast. Because my paint tends to dry if I don't use much very fast today. We don't have much humidity in the air today. So we're going to come in with our grapevines. And let's use a piece of string too. And we'll throw some more leaves up here. Swirl our string all around. And we're going to pick it right up over top of the one we just did. Be sure to get around all your leaves. Now we'll peek on this and see, we were quite dry, but we did manage to pick up. And if we came in another direction with some more, I think that would make it even more interesting. Okay, so let's throw some what color do we want to use here? I want it to stand out, so we'll use some phthalo blue. Now, trying to remember which way I placed them down before, we're gonna try to put them down in a different direction. Get that all brayered on there. And we're gonna come in and just try to throw them in different places. Okay, let's pick it up. We're gonna pick it up. Let's pick it up on this. Never know till you try. Okay, so we'll pull this print. Okay, now we gotta take our, carefully pull our stuff off this because it's stuck to our other paint. And this one's a little easier to remove because it is the wet strength tissue paper, so it does hold up better than just regular gift wrapping tissue paper. But look at how much more detailed this is. It's got some more of a cool look to it. Now I'm going to come back in with the other side of this paper and pull our ghost. Again, got some wrinkles, but I'm not worried about them. Okay, let's come in and smooth this all out. Make sure we picked up as much of our blue as we're going to get. We still got some blue there. Like how that turned out. Okay, now we're going to just come in with a little piece of our scrap tissue paper, which these little pieces will get used in collage. Don't throw anything out. Okay, now we're going to pull these and see where I've got that blue there that I don't want. That's when you come in with your baby wipe and clean that section off. Just get rid of it. Up here, all those little spots. If you don't want it, you can clean it out. Okay, now I'm gonna come back in with this paper. Make sure I'm putting it the right way. And pull this print. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'm really enjoying putting myself out there, even though I'm dorky and awkward. But those who have subscribed mean a lot to me, and I appreciate anyone who watches the video. Nope, we'll leave that a little longer. This might have been a little too dry. Okay, so let's pull this print and see what we get. Now this is another print I will leave alone because I don't know if the camera picks it up, but you can see all the individual threads in the yarn. That came out quite nice. So we ended up with several prints. Using the same leaves to create a different look. Now let's pull this one. We didn't pick up a lot of the blue. We picked up some of the blue. So I will come back in with, we'll use the yellow, since that's what we're supposed to be doing. And we'll pick up this ghost. But look at the variety of prints you can get using the same plants Okay, we're going to pick this up with some wet strength tissue paper. Okay, sorry about that. I have no idea who called. It was my watch that went off, not my phone. But I thought it might be important, but the phone call doesn't even show on my phone, and it wasn't on Do Not Disturb mode. So back to going over prints. I mean, the same set of plants created all these unique looks. This is one of my favorites. And I like this one a lot too. But you can do so much just with things found outside. Let me get these all set aside. But who would think something as simple as a leaf could give you so many different patterns? Okay, let's pull this print. And we still left some on the plate, but that's okay. I'll just put it down this way. And that'll pick up at the end of this video. But see, let me fold this so you can see how nice even that came out. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, have a wonderful day.